guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Reedy Elizabeth and I post cool videos just about pharmacy school, random stuff like adopting a cat, my natural hair, etc. And today's topic is going to be whether or not you should intern. So let me clarify, it's not going to be like you should intern because of this and you shouldn't intern because of this. It's just getting pros and cons from both sides. Those of us who have interned our first year or throughout our first year and those who did not. Just providing you answers to your questions that I received on my Instagram page, as well as like some emails I've gotten, as well as just giving you pros and cons of each. No matter what, there's always a pro and a con to something. And so we're gonna be real and raw with you guys about this and let you know. So to start off, let me introduce my wonderful guests. So I'm collaborating with Brown and RX, who half of them I actually am a classmate of, and the other half she goes to University of Georgia. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Hey y'all, it's Cindy. And yes, and we are Brown and RX. We're gonna be talking about interning and how we feel about interning as a student. Gaz and I did not intern our first year. So we have a couple questions I think I'm trying to hit during this video. So stay tuned. So I would say that interning helps when it comes to drug cards, because if you're working and you're dispensing, you quickly learn. Like, you're learning the drugs, you're learning what they're for. Could possibly help with counseling as well, because you know we have to counsel like for class and stuff. Probably make you more comfortable with that. But other than that, it's not like they teach you pharmacology, med chem. You're not learning any of that while working, so.
Not learning the mechanism of action. But what I can say, so Cindy, let's say a student intern, and while I'm learning my generic and brands, Cindy's already trying to learn what the side effects are, and I'm still trying to figure out what is the medicine for it. So that's the only one up. Other than that, in any other class, we're about the same. You don't learn that stuff.
Pretty much. Given
what setting you're in.
Yes, so as mentioned by Cindy and Yas, interning while studying drug cards helps a lot. I won't even lie. Especially on my case, I actually obtained my internship 3 months before I started school. So I already had known a good bit of just like the chronic disease medications and maintenance meds that people picked up on a regular basis. Every now and then I saw something new and I got curious. Keep in mind that everything depends on the type of student that you are. I'm a curious student. I really am interested in a lot of different things. And so that's why I have reached out and gotten internships or shadowing opportunities, as well as I ask different questions while I'm interning. So if you're not the type of person to ask a question or want to take a few minutes to talk to the pharmacist about something, then yeah, it might not help you in certain subjects. For example, when I obtained my hospital internship, I was also in PK at the time, pharmacokinetics. And there was a resident in my hospital who I got really close with, and she actually provided me with a real PK case, basically. So she gave me a patient that was in the hospitals. She gave me all the information I needed to basically calculate her creatinine clearance, and then calculating a trough and something else. But it was so cool, and I actually posted it on my Instagram story, so if I can find it, I will insert the picture somewhere in here. But that is an example of how interning can help you. So like Cindy said, it won't teach you like med chem or certain things, but you do have the opportunity to ask. So it really depends on the type of student that you are.
Like having like a set schedule of like every hour what you're going to be doing, so that you have that time marked off and you know what you have time for and don't have time for.
Do you think we had extra time?
You know, as a student, they don't expect you to technically work over 10 hours. That's what I was told during all my interviews. So I know a lot of people who did intern who worked maybe 1 4-hour shift a week. Or if they worked on the weekends. Like, they didn't work during the school week. So I guess it's just figuring out what works best for you. I had a classmate who worked 30 hours a week. So I guess figuring out whatever works and what you need to do for you is most important when it comes to that.
Yeah, I would definitely say it depends on you, because I had some classmates, we had a big test Monday, they had to work the whole weekend. I would never. I need that weekend to study. But some people do fine. I just know personally myself that wouldn't have worked for me. But I guess we did have extra time. I don't know. I feel like some students I know that did intern, they attended student events like me. So it depends on you if it's feasible for your schedule. And like she said, time management. Like if you have a set time where you know you're going to do classwork before you go into work, man, it'll work. If not, you'll still be fine. You make time for what you want to make time for, kind of.
All right, so I 100% agree with Cindy and Yas. You definitely make time for what you want to make time for. So obviously, time management is probably one of the most asked questions and the most discussed things related to graduate school across the board. Like whether you're medical school, nursing school, everything, pharmacy school, like everything, everyone asks about time management. And I will say that like that is totally on you. Like I am so organized and so OCD, it's actually ridiculous. So for me, I actually was one of those students who Yasmin mentioned that would have to work over a weekend and come to Monday on an exam. There was maybe 3 instances where I had to work all weekend and come in on Monday for an exam. And so how I did that was when I got to work, I powered through what I needed to do for the morning, because typically my hospital internship is from 7 a.m. to 3:30. And from 7 to like 9, it's go, go, go. I'm filling stuff, I'm delivering stuff, IV bags, this, grabbing this, delivering this, making phone calls, checking Epic. But from like 9 to 11, it's really like I'll sit down and then I'll go take something and then sit down for another 2 hours and take something. It picks back up around like 1 p.m. to 3. But I typically have a good chunk of time to where I'm sitting down or I'm just talking to my pharmacist or I'm just talking to our residents. About my second weekend into working, my trainer, he brought his notes. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, we have so much downtime, I typically just study. And he'd been there for 3 years, so I knew it was okay to do. That next weekend I was there, I brought my notes, and I've studied. And that's also only because I make my study guides in class and I make my study guides as I go, and I update it like after each class. And that helps for me because when it comes down to studying, I don't have to take an entire day to make a study guide or take an entire day to get my study materials together. So that helped me a lot when it came to going to work and having to study at work, because I would have my study guide stapled together and I had tabs with me that I kept in my skirt pockets. And so wherever I left off at to go do an errand or something, I just tabbed it and I came back. That worked out for me. So then when I got home on Sunday, and my exam was the next morning, I typically had already finished all the important stuff that I needed to study while I was at work or while I was, in the cafe getting some coffee or some lunch. I typically had finished every single important thing. And when it came to Sunday night and prepping for my exam, I didn't have to pull an all-nighter. So I would be able to go over what I need to tweak, what I'm like still not super comfortable on, and then I would go to sleep at a good hour. And I always, like, this is just me, I always wake up hella early for exams in the morning. So I would go to sleep at a good hour, typically like 10, and I'd get up at 6, and I would basically just test myself. So that did work out for me. As I said, making a schedule for when you know when to work and when to eat and when to sleep is definitely key. I didn't work that often throughout my week during my second semester, but my first semester I did. I would work maybe 2 4-hour shifts a week, but I had it so perfectly planned out that it worked for me, and I knew when I needed to study. That's how I started learning to do my study guides as I went through class. Just keep in mind that time management is definitely key, no matter if you intern or don't intern. And another note is time management was also super important for me, because not only was I in pharmacy school and also interning, I also am in a dual degree program. So I had to manage pharmacy school, my MPH, as well as interning. So it's 100% possible. You just have to be that person that sticks to a schedule and knows how to basically be efficient. So making your study guides throughout the week, spending 1 day a week on only MPH stuff, things like that. Just crossing off your to-do list like multiple things at a time.
So, do you feel like since we didn't intern that we probably weren't exposed to many opportunities, or you think how did we go about gaining those opportunities since we didn't intern.
Oh, my first experience working in a pharmacy was actually my IPPE, which is technically like a rotation, like a field experience. So our first year one is a community pharmacy, and I worked at a local Publix. Really? I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I worked at a local Publix. I think that was I was really nervous at first, y'all. I was like really scared because I've never worked, but I think that it was a good thing because the people there were very chill, they're very laid back, but they're on their stuff. So whatever question I had, they were willing to help me. Like anything. Like I know I was asking them 10 million questions, probably 10 million times, and they were always so nice about it and never seemed aggravated with me, which I probably would have been. So that experience, I think, was helpful because I was able to meet different pharmacists, and look, he got a job offer. So
Speak it up.
So yeah, like there are always gonna be other opportunities to network. Cause I mean, like, did you say like some of your boards do stuff like that too?
Mm-hmm. I agree. So at my school, the professors always send out emails that they find out if they're hiring for a student pharmacist intern position or pharmacy intern position. So they always send out emails about that to the listserv, so you can easily apply that way. And also we have on Wednesdays or whatever day that the student org is hosting their meetings or events, they have a guest speaker come that's a pharmacist, and they'll tell us about themselves, and sometimes they even say they're hiring for a student pharmacy intern position, and they always want you to ask tons of questions. So you can go down there, network, connect, add them on LinkedIn. Like, there's plenty of ways you can network through that. Like, you don't have to be working, I would say. Like, you can easily come down. They invite you to email them, talk to them, ask them tons of questions. Like, they love questions and whatever you want to know. And also, like, if you volunteer through our service learning events at school, which is required for hours, but it's still a good way to get out in the community and talk to other pharmacists and other students, and easily just talk. You find about different stuff. Like, currently my service learning, I'm doing COVID-19 testing at a pharmacy, and the pharmacist there, her and her husband, they're both pharmacists and they're a powerhouse, and she loves questions. So I sit there all day, me and my classmates, we just ask her questions and advice, and she's literally like, she has it all. She just, if you sit and talk to her, just like through service learning, that's free. Good experience, free experience, knowledge, network. She's nice. Like,
yeah, any chance that you get to network, just use those opportunities, because you never know like where it could possibly lead you. I can say for Athens, I'm not sure about Atlanta, there aren't as many positions available for students because, you know, people don't want to hire as many students because y'all have the same schedule. Y'all would have the same availability. If it's gonna be 10 of y'all working, y'all only available for 4 hours, like, they're not about to, you know, necessarily go out of their way to hire you. But if you know a pharmacist who they know, they put in a good word for you, you're more likely to have that opportunity. So there's just some things to think about, you know.
On the other side, I've heard, and pharmacists do say, even my professors in Atlanta, I guess they're more inclined to hire a P1 with no experience because they can train you how they want and you have no prior knowledge. Oh, well, at so-and-so, we used to do that and that and that. Nope. They want you to just come in with everything they taught you the right way, and you're going to do what they tell you. So they want to hire P1s, and then it's word of mouth. So if a P4 is about to leave and they probably know you through a student org, get involved. I'm like, oh, I know someone you should hire. You should be a great fit. Word of mouth, boom, there you go, got a job. Like, for example, before COVID-19 hit, one of my brothers in PDC, she told her that, oh, I know someone that's looking for a job, and easily, just like that. But I went back home to Augusta when they canceled classes for the remainder of the AUG. So yes, network. You never know. And it's easy like, oh, I'm looking for a job. Do you know which pharmacy is hiring? Will they work with the schedule? I'm like, yeah, they just need someone to work this, that. So it really is. Talk, get to know people, go to events. You never know. You don't have to stay the whole time. Stay for a little bit.
Networking and getting exposed to opportunities is like one of my favorite topics. Almost all of my networking opportunities have not been while I was working. So definitely take a hold of like what Cindy and Yas says. You do not have to work to get awesome opportunities or to be exposed to different things. Most of my networking opportunities, like Yas said, came from school organizations bringing in different pharmacists. So that was like a really, really big thing for me, as well as I also seeked out other opportunities myself. Because when I hear something interesting, I need to shadow or I need to reach out to that person, talk to them, listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video, because like it's one thing to hear something is really, really cool, but it's another thing to put yourself in their shoes and follow them around for a day or a week, obtaining, I guess, like a temporary internship with them, things like that. My best example is my current internship I got because I volunteered with this organization last semester with my school organization. Do not have to work to get these awesome opportunities. And just like Cindy said, any chance you get to network, do it. Use those opportunities. You literally never know where they can lead you. You can find mentors, you can find future jobs, future residencies if you're interested in residency.
I can't say that even though I didn't work my first year, I would love to work now. Knowing what I know, I do think that I've gained, enough knowledge. Not everything, because different companies have different ways of going about things. But I do think that it will be helpful, at least setting you up for your future. Because if they can groom you into the pharmacist that they want you to be, when it's time to graduate, there goes a job. So
yeah, big time. That's basically so. So, I don't know. Do I wish I interned during my first year? Nah. I think I'm straight. I mean, it would have been nice.
Only when it came to drug cards.
It would have been very convenient to just be studying the indication and use and side effects and the counseling and not spending time having to connect a brand name that has nothing to do with fish generic and how does it connect to all that. Wish I would have picked up that little job at CVS for a few times, but no. I think it went fine. What about you? You wish you would have interned your first year? I think it would have been too much.
I feel like it would have just been for drug cards, like anything else, or to have a little extra. Them drug cards was kicking my behind, y'all. They was fighting me. Yeah, probably for drug cards and a little extra cash.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, because I used to have lab at 5. From 12 to 5 the day before a drug quiz. So while we got a class early, everybody was studying for the drug quiz. And no, I was just in lab and I would be studying. I would study ahead sometimes. Sometimes it didn't work like that. But, don't do what I did. It still worked out though, but it did kick my behind. So, well, if we wanted to intern, what do you feel like stopped us from doing it?
Classes.
Yeah.
Test.
I felt like I was just
That's
like
every other day.
let me get a control and handle on this and have see how my first year goes totally before I try to pick up a job. For me, I just wanted to get
a foundation.
Yeah, a foundation, build a foundation. I just want to see how the first year goes, see if I can handle it or what works best for me. Because your studying schedule and everything you used to do in undergrad is completely different when you get to grad school or pharmacy school. It's just everything changes. You need to reevaluate stuff. And sometimes for the first semester, you got to reevaluate again because it's not going to work consistently each year. It may not. Depends on the class.
I would love to start now, during the summer, just because I have free time and that'll give me. I I'll have a better availability, and I'll have more time to learn whatever they want me to learn.
Yeah.
So that when school comes around, like, even though I might still be having to learn some stuff, it won't be like, oh, I'm starting from scratch.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like that was the plan. Like, as soon as I was done with our P1 progression exam that we had to take, like, I wanted to get my community rotations out the way, but that got canceled, so I got rescheduled to July. I think I was blocked 2, so I was going to get mine over with so I can go ahead and work. And like Cindy said, I just want to be focused on like learning the ins and outs. I know you can't learn it all within the summer, but at least get a grasp on things before school year starts to kick in. So if I do have to reduce hours, then at least we'll have orientation and just simple stuff out the way, so I could kind of juggle both. But yeah, I would like to start interning. I don't know, I have to see about that first semester because classes do get harder. Like, we have 5 credit hour classes now. I would like to start. I would say yes, it's good experience, and I'm not probably going to start fall semester, to be honest. I may wait to the summer again.
Next summer.
Like I said, I don't want to commit to something and be like, I can't work that weekend, it's a test coming up. And they just hired me. That's just bad. To wrap it up, I think you'll be fine without the experience your P1 year.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's gonna be okay. Unless you're really pressed about drug cards. But if you need help with drug cards, reach out to your friends that work.
Mnemonics.
Let me tell you, you gotta make them relate. It's the only way.
I'll order a mnemonic book from Amazon, and it helps.
Really?
And one of my classmates, she comes up with crazy stuff. And Rudy does too. Her study guides are helpful. And she does them in class and knocks them out in like 2 seconds, so.
So definitely piggybacking off what they said, you will be fine whether or not you work or don't work during your first year. Keep in mind that ultimately it's your decision. If you think that you can handle it, go for it. If you don't think you can handle it and you do want to find that foundation you were talking about, that's perfectly fine. There's like no judgment whatsoever, because you can always reach out to classmates. You can always reach out to, you can reach out to me if you want, if you're looking for just like some extra help or stuff like that. It's definitely a personal decision. I do know people who need to work for that extra income, and that's fine. Like, do it. And then there's people that don't need to work, and that's fine. There's people that want to work and people that don't want to work. And so ultimately it's your decision. That wraps up all the questions and topics that we wanted to discuss based on the questions that we received. I was so happy to create this video with them because I really didn't want to create it by myself because it would sound biased about me interning and being the only one talking about it, because I can't provide you experiences or advice about not interning. So I'm so thankful that Brown and RX wanted to collab with me with this. So happy to produce this for you guys and give it to you guys and just answer all those questions. If you would like a video strictly on my internships and how I balanced them, I'm happy to make that for you guys. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an amazing summer. Stay safe, wash your hands for 20 seconds.